The evening rush hour in downtown Chicago was in full swing. The air vibrated with the constant rhythm of honking cars, echoing footsteps, and the distant rattle of a train crossing the bridge. City lights shimmered across the wet pavement like scattered stars, painting the streets in shades of gold and blue. The crowd moved like a living tide, fast, loud, and indifferent. In the middle of it all walked Ethan Cole, a man in his late 30s, dressed in a gray office suit that looked as tired as he did. His tie hung loose, his shoulders slouched, and his eyes carried the kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from lack of sleep but from carrying too much for too long. The glow from the passing headlights brushed across his face, highlighting lines of quiet weariness. He had spent the day in endless meetings, pretending to care about numbers and deadlines that meant nothing anymore. The promotion he'd been chasing slipped away to someone louder, younger, more connected. His phone buzzed again, another message from his landlord about the rent. He ignored it and kept walking. The world around him was moving too fast, and he no longer knew where he was headed. As he passed a storefront window, he caught his reflection, the same forced half-smile he wore every day. Behind him, neon signs flickered: eat, drink, work, repeat. He gave a small, humorless laugh. That was his life in 4 words. Rain began to fall, light at first, then steadier. People opened umbrellas and hurried for shelter. But Ethan didn't move faster. The rain felt good, cold, grounding, real. It washed over his face, blurring the noise of the city and softening the sharp edges of his thoughts. For the first time that day, he stopped walking. At the corner, a street musician sat under an awning, playing a slow, haunting tune on a saxophone. The melody floated through the rain like a sigh. Low, tired, human, Ethan stood still, watching, listening. Something in the music cracked open the silence inside him. He reached into his pocket and found a crumpled dollar. It was all he had left after lunch. He hesitated, then placed it gently into the musician's open case. The man looked up and smiled, eyes warm and grateful. "Tough day?" he asked softly. Ethan nodded. "Yeah, feels like they all are." The musician kept playing. "Don't let the city take your soul, brother," he said between notes. "People forget there's more to life than running." Ethan stood there for a long moment, the music blending with the sound of rain and traffic. Something shifted inside him, not much, but enough. He pulled his coat tighter and started walking again. Slower this time, not toward the train, but toward nowhere in particular. For the first time in months, he wasn't just moving, he was feeling, and in a city that never stopped. That was Q, quiet kind of victory. Thanks for watching.